Turbo. Good afternoon, chaps, and ladies. The event was amazing. Far more people turned up. Obviously, if anybody who came to the event is watching this, thank you very much. That was fantastic. I am going to be doing more of them, just because obviously the turnout was brilliant. Considering the weather was rubbish, which was brilliant. I'm back home now. Obviously, the car isn't in here; it's outside. So I've got to get the doilies out, well, the car trolley things, which means I've just noticed one of them is. I need to sort the lights out in here. One of them is underneath that engine, but where the others are, it's a bit strange. I should know where they are. Oh, there's another one there. That's still around. I need to sort those, and then I'm going to start unbolting the supercharger. How much I get done today? Because it's nearly 3 o'clock. How much I get done today is obviously debatable, but I'll just maybe start mocking things up. Plus, I left some of the bits and pieces at my house, so they're not here. But we'll get cracking on it. So yeah, exciting. Exciting that I'm finally getting to take it to pieces, but not exciting because I'm not going to have the MG to use anymore. But I've got the MX, so it's fine. But again, thank you for anybody that came to the meet. That's brilliant. I'm glad you hopefully enjoyed it, and obviously I've spoken to quite a few people. Very thankful. That's great, and also the venue is thankful as well. But yes, let's get to it, shall we? We'll get the car in. Okay. Right. So she's coming off. Which means just unbolting the obviously intake pipes. It needs sorting because it's leaking anyway. That's probably going to need re-welding on anyway, because Greg is having that mount, of course, because we're not going to make the other one. Greg is having it. Again, this thing's being moved forward and being put proper straight angle instead of being kilted. But that should be about it. So, sorry MG, but you come to pieces. I was going to bring her in and do it, but it means pulling the Capri out, and for the time being, I might as well do that next week when I've got a bit more time. I can take the supercharger off there, and it can all just be unbolted, etc., and still peeled in. So that's the idea now. So I'm going to get it all gloved up and get that sorted right now. Okay, just arrived. With, obviously, you know about his car. He's having all the bits. MX. Supercharger is off. So I decided not to pull the car in. And the supercharger is off, and you can just feel play in it, and they're not quite thinging right. It just doesn't feel right. I don't. So yes, when I'm cleaning windows, he's just about to clean up his new mounts. Well, the old mounts from my car. What do you need? That needs to be a 17. 17 on that. So just took the pulley off. Obviously this can all come off now. Just don't need a power steering pump because I don't have power steering anyway. That was just to guide the pulley. And we'll take this mount off. This was the main thing, which is the bottom bracket for the supercharger, to stop it from bending the top mounts. Weight savage. Boost! Boost! Power steering setup is now off. That was only used to obviously give oil to them bearings, because obviously I don't have power steering. Supercharger's off. Might turn that into a little bit of an ornament. Let's see if we can get this bracket off now. If we can get down there. It's bolted on. Oh, there's a washer down there. I think there's two. Yeah, there's two 14mm bolts down there. So we'll try and get that off. If not, that'll have to wait. But I might have to see whether the car does run now, because just to reconnect the math. Should do. We'll see. Then Gregor is repainting his mounts.
I just took some greasy.
Oh no. There's some cloths here. There's a bag of cloths here.
That's why my overalls.
Some pants.
I should put that.
When it needs wiping.
It's
They're just L-shaped brackets, mate. They're not. There we go. Ugh. It's like it's been used to thingy grease. Right, the mount is off. Just had to shove the MAF on there for temporarily, just so I can move the car in and out of the garage. I need to go and see whether she starts now. And I think that might be about it, because obviously the light is fading. There's not as much in this part of the video. Focus, there we go. What's up, guys? Hope everyone had a good Christmas. It's obviously Nathan here, and as I said, things will start happening on the GT in regards to the turbo. So, well, I'll just show you, it's just easier. Now, obviously in the last video, or the last portion of the video, you saw that I took off the power steering pumps and everything like that, which weren't really used anymore, and no point in having them on, because we're just to give oil to the pulley. Now, obviously I've done this. Old exhaust system is off, and the new turbo, well, the turbo, little snail, is on. So it was just kind of gauging where everything needs to go. I need to grind some of the welds down, but you kind of get the gist of it. Now that I could just bolt that up now and then just do the exhaust section, and that's about it. But the turbo brace, so from there, I'm thinking up to there, so basically a bracing bar to hold the weight of it all. So I think without further ado, I'll get cracking on that, and let's see how it turns out. Okay. Yeah, brief hiatus, just helping other people out on their cars. This is where we've got up to. So I've got the support bracket kind of made to the temporary bolt, just holding it into place. Then I've just got a normal angle line piece of steel at the moment. Obviously, as you can see, I'm going to shape it. The idea is to put the bolt hole there, if you can see, then angle it downward at the same sort of degree as this, and bolt it in. That should hold it and keep the turbo nice and solid. Hopefully. Should do the job. Easy. Turbo. Okay. So the steel bar. So, going in there. See how I'm meeting all this up anyway. Let's just put the camera down for a moment. Camera down. Tripod won't get close enough, you see. Just try it. On there. And on there. Get the nut back on. Okay. 13mm and 10. And there, and there. Right. Oh. There we go. Kind of get the idea now. Obviously that'll be with 13. That'll be bolted right up to that. That is not going to go anywhere then. So up from the front. I'm neating up that piece of steel bar anyway. The angle line steel to make it look better. I'll do a bit of grinding anyway on this, in that manifold, the exhaust manifold. We've had to move it and to clock the turbo. Pretty chuffed with that. Let's see if we can make it look a bit prettier. We're only obviously seen the turbo brace, which we've done. So now I'm going to get on to the exhaust now. I don't know if you can probably see that. You just see it hanging down there. I'll get the light on 1 second. There. So it obviously comes down from the turbo all the way down, and it's going to go along here. Move the lambda sensor connector along here. It just clears that divot there, here, and it will corner and come out there. That's how the bodywork. But before I do that, because it's getting a bit awkward to fit it, to hold it all and everything, I need to, obviously, I'm going to try and weld up most things, so it's going to be a two-piece system. This will be fitted to the front section, just down from the turbo, then this is obviously fitted to the back, and I've started making the turbo, the exhaust, brackets. That's an MG BGT gearbox mount, same what I use for the gearbox on the MX-5 anyway, or MX-5 engine conversion. So I'm going to get these nipped up, zipped up, and then we'll start fitting it and see how it goes. Once that's done, the engine's got to come out. So, and if I sound a bit funny, it's because I'm full of cold. So yeah, let's get cracking. Okay, so fully welded up there, so I've not got to join there. Then that's the one place I'm going to be joining, and fully welded up there as well. They need grinding down, but the welds have got good penetration, so I'm kind of happy with that. This is not spitty, so I had to double up on that bit. So yeah, so this thing can now go under the car. So what I'll do is I'll get the axle stand ready to prop it on, and get the car creeper out, and we'll get in there and see if it fits and put the other clamp on. See you in a moment. Okay, so I've got the exhaust propped in the kind of position. I'm starting to think that I may need to raise the car a little bit at the front, just to give me a bit. I mean, it's quite high at the back anyway, but I don't quite know. Just try and get it to focus. There you go. What it's going to be like when it's sitting on the ground. But I could take the doilies out the back and just see. But she's kind of getting there. It does drop down the back just to give me some clearance, because the under there is like a hoop for the cross member, and it was just catching. So, and I've had to put the middle box further down there. But yeah, I mean, it does hang down a little bit. I'm not too fussed really, because the car's not particularly low. So we'll soon find out. And bear in mind, it's only a little bit lower than the old jacking points, which are just there. So if you kind of make a comparison, there's probably, it looks quite a lot, but there's probably only about half an inch, something like that, in difference. So obviously because the other one's close to us. So I'm hoping it's not going to cause any problems, but we shall see. But in terms of its fitment and where it is, it's not protruding the body line, which is good. As you can see there, it's exactly right in line with the wings, with the flared part. So I'm kind of happy about that. It's not too close to the tyres, which again I'm happy about. I mean, it will raise up a little bit more than that once it's done. But yeah, I'm definitely I'm happy with it. Obviously, what you've got to bear in mind is there is no kits to do what I'm doing right now. There's no kits to put that engine in this car. There's no kits to put that turbo on this car. There's no kits for that turbo to go on this type of car. So all of it's basically done from my own back, and all of it's a bit of trial and error, and I've got to try and fab it all up and get it to work. So the problem I've got at the moment is the actual, not gearbox mounts, because the old gearbox mount I'm using is the exhaust mounts. You can't use normal hangers because there's nowhere to hang it from, because it's obviously not factory, is it? So what I've got at the moment is I'm using, like I said before, using the gearbox mounts, but you put it on some steel bar. Now I was going to bolt it, but because it's going flush to the bottom of the car, the bolts were making it protrude down too much, and it wasn't flush. So I thought, well, I'll just weld it on. Okay, fair enough. That rubber goes, which it won't do. It'll take ages for that to go. I'm just going to either make a new piece or just cut them off, cut the welds off. So we'll see. Well, I mean, I'm going to make the holes now and just make sure it all fits. But to be honest, that is as good as any normal rubber donut hanger, if not better. And it's definitely going to be solid. So like I say, you've got to bear in mind, none of it is from a kit. You can't do it. I'm having to just figure out ways of doing it all. And that's how the whole car's been. That's kind of the ethos of GFB developments, is really what I'm trying to say, is just doing something a little bit different, and hey, we're just using our own brains to figure it out. But up to yet, I'm kind of chuffed. Once this exhaust bolted on, I can then strip the turbo back off. Obviously clean up where I've had to move, because I forgot if I told you before, I've had to move. The turbo's now been clocked, and it literally, yeah, that is perfect. It's not fouling. The turbo's been clocked, and I've also moved this, so I've had to re-weld, and that's going to need grinding down. And this one needs cleaning up anyway, and then I need to clean up all of the exhaust manifold. But that means the engine can come out, which is a good thing. Now, whether I start doing that today, I don't know. We shall see. And obviously I need to move the radiator forward, so I've got to figure out how I'm going to get the boost pipes around the new what is it called? Land Rover V8? No, it's MG BGT V8, because the radiator on the V8s is in front of the anti-roll bar, which you can see down there, whereas on the rubber bump or chrome bumper version it's at the back. So I'm going to have to move that further forward, but the mounts come right out. It's basically a solid piece of metal. I'll show you in a moment, because I've got them in the other car. Now it's whether I cut holes for these to slide on, weld in, job done, on each side. I don't know. I'm just going to have to remake the boost pipes, or I might just go back to having the intercooler at the front. Still going to have the same problem with that, but it's another job. So yeah, what's kind of happening is I'm fixing one problem and another 30 appear. But I'm happy with the exhaust. It's just from the side. It makes it look a bit low. And I'm like, you know what? It's a bit low, but it's not that bad. I think. I mean, to be fair, if I've got to redo it, I've got to redo it. I won't know until obviously the car's all back together. But it's not that bad. And it does look pretty cool, but hanging out the side. So, and I've always wanted a side exhaust off a car. So, the exhaust is done. I'll just take you underneath and show you. Obviously this might be upside down for you guys, but there is one mount there, which, let's just focus in. Obviously I'll need to chop that down, but it's on a bracket, it's bolted in, welded to the exhaust. And then the other one which I shown you earlier, just turn this. Take this. Which is bolted to the floor. Looks a bit heat resistant at the moment, but I'll clean it all up and make it look better. And cut that bit down again. And obviously paint it all up. But the good part about it is, if we put this back over here, point it this way so you can see, the exhaust is solid. It's a nice amount of movement in the mounts, nice and solid, not hitting on the bodywork, which is what I want. So, let's just turn this light off and find the switch. Yep. So next thing to do is I need to, at the moment this is just tacked on, I need to weld that back up, weld that up properly, and that should be about it really, to be honest. I can't really do much more, so I don't know what I'll do is I'll pull out the mounts for the radiator and see if I can fathom those and work out how this pipe's going to go around and into this. I think I'm going to have to chop it. It's going to have to go around like in an S, I believe. But it's another job to do. So, get cracking on that now. So as ever with a build like this, it's fix one thing or sort one thing and then 20 other things are broken. So the exhaust is done, obviously, as you know. Turbo downpipe is welded up. I've also put in the lambda bung, which you probably can't see down there anyway. The bit of lambda bung's in there. Now the other issue is the boost pipe. So that's a standard 90, and I thought, yeah, like I said before, an S-bend would go. But it's not going to go right that in. It's just going to be a right pain in the arse. So, pardon my French. So the idea is to clock the inlet side of the supercharger again. It's another 45 degrees, so it's up here. Which means I'm going to have to move this and probably put on a bracket so then it could talk to this still. Which is a bit of a bind, to be honest. But at least then, if that's up here, that might reach without any mucking about, which saves me a heck of a lot of work, really. So that's where I'm at the moment, and to be honest, I've had enough for today. I'm about to give it in. So I'll probably continue this all next weekend if I'm about around here, if I'm not, unless I'm working building the other workshop. But that's kind of where I'm at the moment. And yeah, I mean, I've done far more than I thought, but my apologies with generally be coming here over Christmas, just with the old dreaded man flu. This engine was supposed to be out. I'm supposed to do daily updates for you, but unfortunately it's just not panned out that way. So, but for what, a few hours work, I've done a heck of a lot. Finished the exhaust, finished the brace for the turbocharger, not supercharger, anything that's gone, and now working out that bit. But yeah, I'm finished. I'm done. It's nearly 5 o'clock, I think, something like that. But I've had it. As you can see, the cold's getting to me. So, right, well, I'll catch you in the next one, which will be obviously next week. So, obviously, thumbs up, like the video, share it, etc. I hope you love the footage. Cheers. Bye-bye.